So due to the time issue, I cannot review all the problem which I uploaded, into the PPT website, PowerPoint. You may check, the other problem if you want. Okay, I'm going to upload this PPT into the KEKU website. So anyway, I'm going to review as much as I can. Okay, based on your problem. I emphasize, the 5 process according to the NCTM standards. So based on our discussion last time, as I said, the connection can be 3 different categories, right? Connection should be made in the mathematics classroom to help the student recognize this connection from mathematical idea and understand how mathematical ideas interconnect and build on one another to produce a coherent whole. Recognize applied mathematics in context outside of mathematics. If you carefully look at each statement, let me emphasize that, based on our discussion, I need to clarify a few things. First of all, recognize this connection among mathematical ideas. You should think about 2 different kinds of examples in this category. First, connecting idea in algebra and geometry, right? Another is new and old ideas. Just a simple connection between new idea and old or previously learned concept, it's going to be the first category. Okay, we have discussed before, right? But what about the second one? So the most important part in the second category, produce a coherent whole. What is the meaning of that? I clarify not just connection, right? Produce a coherent whole can be interpreted as the same mathematical structure is seemingly different setting. For instance, area and volume, right? They are not the same setting, right? Definitely different setting. However, students need to realize what? The same mathematical structure. So the meaning of produce a coherent whole should be understood by using this concept. Make sense to you? So you need to realize this meaning. If you want any problem categorized as the second part. The third one, obviously recognize applied mathematics in context of outside of mathematics. You should understand carefully in context outside of mathematics, such as other subject area and disciplines such as science, the social science, medicine, and commerce. Okay, I think the 3 different statements, right? I think it should be clarified based on this explanation. And then I'm going to give you one more chance and then move to the next section. Other problem you can take a look at, okay? But I didn't use any problem from the group 7. That's why I'm going to use this problem only. So let's see. This is the problem, from group 7. What do you think? I think I clarified all the 3 statements as much as I can clearly. 이차함수 y equal to x squared plus 2x plus 3. 이 그래프는 포물선이다. 이 포물선의 초점과 좌표와 점선의 방정식을 구하라. So based on your understanding as of now, which one should be the out of 3 categories? Let's take a look at the. I want to hear about. 박정훈, why don't you tell us your opinions?
저는 그 y는 x제곱 플러스 2x 플러스 3이라는 거를 일단은 이차함수라고 말했잖아요.
네.
이차함수라고 한 다음에 이차함수를 포물선으로 볼 수 있다 이런 문제인 것 같아서 한 가지 방정식을 2가지 유형으로 볼 수 있는 거를 보여주는 문제 같아서 이거를
as I said, produce a coherent whole. Do you think what is the coherent whole in that case? As I said, if any problem can be categorized as the second one, it should include coherent part, right? Which means I emphasize maybe the same mathematical structure, however, in kind of a different setting. So then in different setting mean like area versus volume. The student may think just a different setting, however, they need to see the same mathematical structure. So in this case, what is the same, the different setting, but the same mathematical structure? That's going to be the produce of coherent whole, right? Make sense to you? What is the meaning of the coherent whole? Then, so what did you see then a coherent whole in this problem? That's my question basically. You haven't never thought about that?
저는 이제 2번에서 우리도 바꾸겠어요. 2번에서 우리도 바꾸겠어요. 이렇게 아닌 것 같아요.
Just justify your answer, instead of following the. But it's okay. Even though, but I just want to clarify your opinion. Okay, let's move to then. I just want to hear the part. 지연이 왕지연 한번 발표했어요. 잘했죠. 지연이 안 보시. 네, 스피커 마이크. So from your perspective, the different setting then quadratic function and quadratic curve then, what is the same mathematical structure? Coherent to what is coherent to whole means I emphasize according to the NCTM standard, the same mathematical structure in different setting. That should be the meaning of coherent whole. But in the second category, the problem itself should produce a coherent whole. So that means in this problem, you should look at least two different things. The first one in the same mathematical structure, and into the two different setting. That means, for instance, quadratic function, right? Quadratic curve, obviously you can take a look at two different settings because in the different topic, different things going on. However, I'm just wondering what is the same mathematical structure did you see to select the second category? That makes sense now, my question? In Korean, I'm going to translate them. 지금 중요한 거는 그 일관된 전체를 만들어야 된다고 했잖아요. 세컨드 카테고리. 근데 일관된 전체를 만들기 위해서는 반드시 두 가지가 필요하다고 했잖아요. 제가 아까 그죠? 왜냐하면 일관된 전체라는 건 한마디로 말해 서로 떨어진 두 개의 서로 다른 토픽 같은 것들을 공통된 수학적인 구조를 봐야만이 이게 NCTM에서 말하는 일관된 구조란 말, 전체란 말이에요. 그럼 여기서 이차함수 포물선은 서로 다른 두 가지 세팅을 볼 수가 있어요, 그죠? 왜냐하면 함수고 이쪽은 함수를 강조한 거고 이쪽은 이제 포물선이니까 2차의 곡선, 2차의 곡선이 문제였다라면 그러나 스틸 이 문제를 통해서 제가 궁금한 거는 어떤 같은 수학적인 구조를 봤었어야 되잖아요. 그래야 이게 제가 말한 아까 한국말로 coherent whole, 그죠? 잉글리시로 coherent whole를 분류하기 위해서는 마인드를 여기서 본 수학적인 구조가 뭐냐라는 거죠. 공통된 수학적인 구조. 지연 학생이 본. 이해하겠죠, 이제? 제 질문이 뭐죠? 그게 여기서 STM에서 말한 produce a coherent whole이에요. 그러니까 마치 그러니까 제가 아까 에어리어 볼륨을 이야기했잖아요. 에어리어 볼륨은 서로 다른 세팅이잖아요, 지금. 그죠? 명확한 서로 다른 세팅인데, 그죠? 저 사다리꼴과 그죠? 부피 그죠? 사다리꼴 모형 그런 어떤 부피를 구하는데 서로 똑같은 그죠? 수학적인 구조를 학생이 이해했을 때 produce a coherent whole이라고 했잖아요, 그죠? 왜냐하면은 똑같은 수학적 구조가 서로 다른 세팅에서 즉 면적과 그죠? 부피에서 나타나기 때문에 그거를 이제 이해하는 게 굉장히 수학적인 파워가 있다는 거죠. 그래서 produce a coherent whole이라는 단어를 그래서 쓴 것 같아요. STM 스탠다드. 그래서 우리가 세컨드 캐터고리 하려면은 제가 말씀드렸듯이 you need to think about two different things. One is two different static, like in area and volume, and the other thing is the same mathematical structure, like like the area of the quadrihedral, right? Makes sense to you? So that's why I'm asking, what kind of coherent whole did you see in this problem? I may not see. Maybe some of you who selected the number 1 may not see, right? That's why I'm asking. I'm not judging you, okay? I'm just wondering your opinion. What kind of coherent whole did you see, which I may not see? Okay? That's what I'm asking. I'm not saying you are not correct or you are incorrect, okay? I'm just wondering your opinion. What kind of coherent whole did you see from this problem? That's basically my question. I just clarified, right? Or statement based on my understanding. Okay, then let me ask you one more student. Do you want to say no or? Let's see. 수정이 발표했어요? 수정?
면접 보러
송화성 발표했어요? 송화성? 했었어요? 오명훈?
네.
발표했어요? 발표 안 했대요. 발표했다고 나왔네. 저번 시간 했어요? 아, 그럼 됐어요. 정식이도 발표했어요? 정식이도 있구나. 한 번씩 시켜보려고 그러는 거예요. 이희주 학생. 안 했죠? 이희주? 네. 발표했었어요? 지난 시간에? 발표 안 했다고 그랬네요. 네. 이희주 학생 발표했어요. 가능한 이번 시간, 다음 시간 다 한 번씩 발표하려고 제가 이렇게 체크하고 있습니다. Do you understand my question, basically, right? The question I asked to, who is it? The Jian, right? I asked, two different things, right? What kind of coherent whole did you see from this problem?
저희도 그건데요. 저희 조에서 문제를 이거는 있는데 일단 이차함수랑 포물선 이차함수는
that's exactly what I said last time, right? So once again, I'm going to go back to the what I said, in last class. So I understand your point. You may see those kind of things, but my basic question is based on only this problem, without further question. I don't think student may realize those kind of perspective, even though that's going to be important, right? But you should carefully design the problem more precisely if you really want those kind of coherent whole. I understand quadratic function, quadratic curve, different setting. You may develop some coherent whole, right? The same mathematical structure. However, only by using this problem, I don't think that's going to be addressed. Okay, to student. That's the problem from my perspective. Okay. If you want those kind of thing to student, you should carefully design step by step the problem, and then after solving all those parts, this problem, all of a sudden realize, oh, they do have the same structure. I realize, right? Do you understand? Like area and volume, right? Simply show, oh, this is this way, and this way, oh, that's almost the same structure. I realize, so I can apply the same idea, right, to find out volume and area. Make sense to you? So in this case, then you need to carefully ask the question: what about the vertex, right? What about the focal point, right? And then how can you connect? How can you develop? How can you address the same mathematical structure? I don't think this problem itself can address those points you just pointed out. Make sense to you? Anyway, so due to the time issue, I think I talked enough. Okay, in the category of connection, I'm going to move to the next category because but this one, connection, is the most popular one. According to your choice. That's why I discussed a lot. As you can see, how many connection? 4 groups. That's why I spend much more time. But the next one, I'm going to reduce the time. But representation, still 3 groups selected in representation. Let's take a look at representation. Other problem, I already downloaded the other problem like this. You can take a look at, okay? This is connection, okay? Okay, for your lacking time, I'm going to prepare this funny picture. Take a look at Math 101. What is it? You know what is the purpose of Math 101? Have you ever thought about that? What about the Math 205? Can you read the English? If you understand the sentence, it's time for you to write. For those who can count, only count to 100, right? Then Math 101, she or he take the Math 101 after counting 100. It's not funny at all. 유순아, 이해 안 돼? 100까지 셀 수 있으면은 Math 101 코र्스를 들을 수 있다는 말이에요. 굉장히 좀 재밌다고 준비했는데. Math 202는 그러면은 201까지만 카운트하면 202를 들을 수 있다는 말이잖아요. 좀 재밌는데. 좀 재미없어 말씀 좀 해보세요. 네가 하도 심각하게 쳐다보기에는 질문을 하는 거야. 웃으라고 하는 건데 막 심각하게 쳐다보고 있으니까. Okay. Representation. Basically, as you can see, use of representation should enable students to create user representation to organize record and communicate mathematical ideas, and select, apply, and translate among mathematical representations to solve problems. Use representation to model and interpret physical, social, and mathematical phenomena. In this statement, you should think about mathematical ideas, include most of the concept as well as procedure. In here, as I said, select and apply and translate. So translate part should be emphasized, as I emphasize in the category of connection, right? So in this case, you need to carefully look at the meaning of a model, and also it includes mathematical phenomena, not just physical, social phenomena, right? So you need to carefully understand these words, mathematical phenomena, modeling mathematical phenomena. Otherwise, the statement can be misunderstood. Okay? Let me clarify. And then I'm going to, last time, basically, I used the inductive reasoning. After showing several examples, I probably want you to develop your inferences, right, from the example. But this time, I'm going to use the deductive reasoning. In other words, I'm going to explain first, clearly, what is the meaning of the statement, and then you need to apply the example, okay? Just in the different practices for your understanding. Take a look at it. I want to clarify each statement, step by step. User representations should enable students to create use representation to organize record and communicate mathematical idea. One other thing you should understand, I explained at the beginning of the class related to NCM standard, but you must have forgot. That's why I'm emphasizing once again important part. One is both process and product. In other words, this meaning not just only the representation as a product. In other words, as a result, you can write down representation in the exam or while you're working on mathematical problem. But also process. In other words, students obviously experience process, right, in order to develop their representation. For instance, take a look at naive and conventional representation. Students may not follow your conventional representation, right, while you're teaching your student. That means they can develop their own representation, whatever they want, right? Those kind of naive representation, conventional representation. So this meaning create and use representation include both of them, not just only conventional representation. Also, not only process, but also product. Both of them should be included in this category. Make sense to you? The second category, select, apply, and translate among mathematical representations to solve problem. Translate, in other words, select, apply, and translate. Those three components should be included in order to any problem categorized as the second one, right? But in terms of understanding of this term, translate, you should understand at least this part. First of all, students need to understand multiple representation. Otherwise, translate does not make sense, right? Translate what? Translate from what to what, right? If they do not understand multiple representation. That makes sense to you? If students want to translate, they should understand first multiple representation. That means any problem should include opportunity, right, for students to experience multiple representation. That means translate possible. Obviously, after looking at multiple representation, students realize strength and weakness, right, of each representation. That makes sense? That means translate. Translate means just among multiple representation, right? They can move back and forth between 2 or 3 different representations. This is the second category you should understand. Another thing is the last part. It is important to understand 2 words, model and mathematical phenomena. First of all, according to the NCTM standard, model means mathematical representation and relationship. What is the meaning of that? Not only representation, okay, but also some relationship should be exist in order to model. That is obvious, right? For instance, how can you model any phenomenon? There is some complicated relationship, whether just simple correlationship. For instance, y equal to ax plus b. What is the relationship? Linear relationship, right? Make sense? So therefore, model means mathematical representation and relationship. Therefore, use of variable to representation unknown should be first part of modeling process, right? Otherwise, you cannot model, right, any phenomenon. Devising representation such as equation, table, graph, a lot of different kind of representation, what? Capture mathematical relationship. Because here, mathematical phenomenon was included. Not only physical, social phenomena, but also mathematical phenomena. In order to interpret, they can model and interpret, right? Now it makes sense to you? Not only social phenomena, but also mathematical phenomena can be categorized here if that problem includes what? Modeling process. But what is the meaning modeling? Model means mathematical representation and relationship. Make sense to you? Any question? Therefore, in order to understand completely the third category, in representation, you should understand carefully the two-term model and mathematical. Then let's move to the real problem then. This is the problem from group 4. 포물선 y제곱 equal to 4px와 포물선 x제곱 equal to 4py 윤직선 y equal to x에 대하여 대칭이다. 이 성질과 포물선 접선의 방정식 2를 이용하여 포물선 x제곱 플러스 x제곱 equal to 4py 위의 점 px1, y1에서의 접선의 방정식을 구하여라. So what do you think in terms of analyzing this problem? 1 to 2, 1 to 3. Let's hear first. 다음 연목. 아, 다음 연목이 됐구나. 서혜윤 했어요? 했어요. 김성민? 네. 안 했죠? 네. 자신 의견을 발표해 주세요. 마이크 대고. 네.
이게 문제가 포물선에서 그 접선의 방정식을 구하라는 게 아마 주어진 x제곱은 4py 말고 다른 그 포물선 거기서 접선의 방정식을 구하고 또 그 대칭인 걸 이용해서 다른 포물선에서 접선을 구하라는 의미인가 했는데 그래서 그 뭐지? 약간 일단 3번은 다시 아닌 것 같고
네. 모델링 프로세스가 없으니까.
네. 그래서 2번하고 1번하고 고민을 했는데
이거 쉬운? 3번 한 이유를 좀 설명해 주시죠.
모델링 프로세스가
네.
그 그래프 수학적 그래프랑 이용해서 쓰면은 그 아까 모델링 프로세스라고 하셨잖아요. 매트매틱 쓰는 거니까. 근데 저 문제가 단순히 x제곱 3py에서의 접근이 아니고 앞에서 이제 y는 x를 대칭한 식을 알려줬기 때문에 그걸 이용해서 하라고 해서 이제 y제곱 4px 유회전 y1 x1에 대해서 이제 접근을 그은 다음에 그래프를 이용해서 이제 거기 y는 x를 대칭한 식을 구해서 이 접근의 방정식을 구하는 건데.
But think about this way, sir. What kind of situation can you use the word model or modeling? One of the simple examples, for instance, just based on word problem, right? Blah blah blah. Any sports or any social science, and after reading some story, if you're going to develop mathematical equation or mathematical inequality, that is called usually modeling, right? Do you agree upon what I just said? 그러니까 모델링이 어떤 의미예요? 보통은 일반 쭉 스토리가 있고, 그죠? 이야기 문제가 쭉 있어서 그 문제를 바탕으로 봐요. 방정식이나 부등식을 세우는 걸 보통 모델링이라고 일반적으로 우리가 사용하고 있지. 그건 동의하시죠? 그죠? 그렇다면 여기서 단순하게 더 포함시킨 거는 mathematical phenomenon, 수학적인 모델링도 포함하고 있다는 말이거든요. 그 모델링이 의미 자체가 변질되는 건 아니에요. 무슨 말이냐면 어떤 상황들이 mathematical situation이 주어지고 거기서 equation이나 또는 inequality나 수학적인 mathematical representation develop하는 과정이 있어야 모델링이라고 부를 수가 있다는 이야기했죠. 그게 꼭 world problem이 아니더라고요. 모델링은 이해했죠. Do you understand what is the meaning of modeling, right? So modeling means students need to develop some mathematical representation, equation, inequality, or any structured mathematical, function or something, right? Mathematical representation students need to develop based on what? Story problem or any mathematical situation. That makes sense? So that means in this case there is no modeling process from my perspective because there is no story or there is no situation, mathematical phenomena to develop any mathematical representation. Makes sense? That's why model means mathematical representation as well as what? Relationship. Some relationship, simple relationship should be observed, and then students need to develop their mathematical representation based on those phenomena. Okay? What about the group 4? Anyone? Group 4? Because as far as I know, group 4 selected number 2. That's why I want to hear one of your group 4 members talk about this issue. Why did you select number 2? 1 and 3, we hear, right? We heard their opinion. 1, 3. Group 4. Yeah. So why did you select 2?
그러니까 이거 먼저 프레젠테이션 준비하면서 HTML 자료도 좀 보고 하긴 했었는데, 그러니까 지금 2번이 문제 풀기의 수학적 표현을 고르고 적용하고 해석하는 걸 의미하잖아요. 근데 지금 여기서 이제 포물선 같은 경우가 미분을 이용해서도 구할 수 있겠지만 접근의 방정식이 여기 이제 기하 벡터라는 단어에서는 접근의 방정식을 기울기를 주어졌을 때 그 주어지는 접근의 방정식하고 어떤 한 점을 지났을 때 그 구하는 접근의 방정식을 주어진단 말이에요. 그러니까 이 두 가지 표현 중에서 학생이 지금 어떠한 방정식을 선택을 하고 그리고 이것을 통해서 문제 적용하라는 이제 문제로 저희는 이제 분석을 했기 때문에 이번을 선택을 했습니다. 그러니까 접근의 방정식을 먼저 이 문제에 주어진 조건에 맞게 선택을 하고 그리고 이것을 문제에 적용하는 거라고 저희는 해석을 했습니다.
So in that case, what is the multiple representation? Okay, do you think? In this problem, 다중적 표상이 뭐예요, 그럼요? As I said, if you're going to translate, right? Students need to develop first the multiple representation in any situation, right? And then translation, there is meaning. Otherwise, there is no meaning, right? Translate meaning. Just think about the word in translate. translate from A to B. Those processes should be included in the problem itself. Right? For instance, from the geometric representation to algebra representation, that is translate, right? That is the meaning of translating. That's why I'm asking, what is exactly in this problem multiple representation, like an algebra representation, geometric representation? That's basically my question. 그러니까 여기서 다중표상이 있어야 되잖아요. 번역을 하기 위해서. 그러니까 translate 의미가 번역이라고 그랬잖아요. 번역은 뭐예요? 어떤 A에서 B로 번역이 필요한 거잖아요. 번역을 대상이 없는데 번역할 수는 없잖아요. 그죠? From A to B로 있잖아요. 예를 들어서 from 기하학적인 표상에서 대수적인 표상으로의 번역을 하려면은 그 최소한 2개의 표상이 필요하단 말이에요. 그러니까 제가 아까 설명할 때 세컨드 캐테고리에서 멀티플 레프레젠테이션, 다중적 표상을 강조했잖아요. 그죠? 어떤 문제 자체가 다중적 표상을 주고 그 안에서 학생들이 translate, 즉 번역할 수 있는 그런 opportunity가 있느냐 없느냐라는 거죠. 세컨드 캐테고리의 중요한 이슈 중에 하나입니다. 그래서 아까 말씀하신 대로 select, apply, and translate까지 포함되어야 된다는 거죠. 그럼 여기서 multiple representation 이게 뭔 것 같아요?
근데 그 전에 먼저 여쭤보고 싶은 게 있는데
예.
그 조에 대해서 하는데 제 개인적인 질문인데
예.
이게 꼭 이번의 내용이 꼭 고르고 적용하고 해석한 이 세 가지 내용을 전부 다 포함해야 되는 의미인지 그러니까 저는 따로따로만 적용을 하더라도 이번에 해당되는 거라고 저는 생각을 하고 이제 이걸 생각했었는데 그런 식으로 이제 그러니까 셀렉트하고 어플라이하고 트랜스레이트하는 문제 세 가지를 꼭 적용을 해야만 그 이번에 해당되는
네.
시스템 내용인지
네, 맞아요.
좀 관점적인
왜냐하면은 만약에 아까 말씀하신 대로 그렇게 하려면 영어를 OR을 써야 돼요. 예를 들어서 여기서 select, apply, or translate 하면은 그 중에 한 개만 해도 포함시키는 거예요. 근데 영어에서 and는 굉장히 중요한 거예요. 그래서 영어를 읽으실 때 여러분들이 A, B, and C죠, 그죠? 그럼 그 의미는 세 가지를 다 포함하고 있어야 된다. 영어적 의미. 그래서 여기서 NCT, according to the NCT standard, they emphasize and here, right here, and they mean you need to include both of them. That's why, you know, if you're going to select any problem related to each category, it's not that simple because you need to understand all of the factors. So, but I understand your point. I think you just consider select probably application, right? Not just translation. That's what we're talking about. 정시가 맞지 내 말이? translation 고려 안 했다라는 거잖아, 그죠?
그 개인적으로
그럼 다른 그룹 멤버들이야.
그럼 만약에 트랜스레이션이 필요하다고 하면은
네.
예를 들어 여기에서도 지금 그래프 y제곱 4px랑 x제곱 4py가 있는데
예.
저거에 대해서 지금 명백하게 다른데 그게 어떻게 생겼는지 일단 알아야 그 그래프의 개형을 통해서 어제 뭐 미분을 이용한다는 건 그래서 적자의 범위를 구할 수 있으니까 기하학적으로 어떻게 생겼는지 그래프를 대수적으로 말씀하신 것처럼 대수적으로 표현했다고 그렇게도 번역할 수 있고
That's exactly what I said before, right? Once again, I'm just curious. I understand your point, but I'm just curious from only this problem itself. I don't think a student realize that aspect. If you want to emphasize that aspect, for instance, geometric understanding as well, you had better develop more problem, I think. Or at least you can include geometric representation implicitly. Right? And then this problem may address that kind of perspective you just talked about to students. Right? That makes sense? That's why developing assessment item, you should carefully design what kind of purpose you do have, and then you need to clarify that purpose by using problem themselves. That's not that simple though, right? That's why I'm emphasizing, every statement, carefully. And do you think after looking at each problem, this perspective can be addressed by using only this problem? That's why I'm asking often, right, that kind of question. Even though you imply, right, maybe students understand that way, this way, by using this problem. But my question is, maybe some of them, your life. But what about others? But evaluate, if you are going to evaluate any assessment item need to clearly address the all important aspect from which you really want. If you want, in this problem, for instance, translating process, right? According to the, based on student opportunity, right? While solving this problem, you should provide those questions explicitly. Then it may be addressed, right, to student, those kind of perspective. So do you understand my point, right? So always, you need to ask yourself, my purpose of this blah, 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 right? In terms of developing any assessment, right, I do have some purpose, right? But those purposes all addressed based on problem itself. That's one of the important issue already, right? Due to the time issue, I'm going to move to the next problem. So let's see next problem. Let's take a look at the problem from group 8 first, and then I'm going to go back to the group 4 once again, okay? Because I'm not sure how much time you can spend. Take a look at this one. I think this is interesting problem, but let's talk about this problem. I think you may better understand the three statement based on this problem. 오른쪽 그림과 같이 반지름의 길이가 r인 원에 대적하는 정N각형이 있다. 원을 중심을 O, 정N각형의 한 면을 AB라고 할 때 삼각형 OAB 넓이를 FN이라고 하자. 이때 극한값 리미트 n이 무한대로 갈 때 NFN을 구하여. Oh, that's interesting. 윤서 발표했어요? 윤서 발표했어요? 네. That's this one, probably. This problem you may never see. What about this one? It's a simple problem. 18의 18승은 23자리 정수이다. 18의 마이너스 18승은 소점 아래 몇 제짜리까지 처음으로 영이 아닌 숫자가 나옵니다. 이 문제예요. What do you think? 자, 1은 뭐 이해가 됐을 것 같고요. 2 and 3를 한번 제가 이야기를 한번 들어보죠. 송광일 발표했었어요?
아니,
네, 광일이 안 보고.
저 문제
내 문제 죄송합니다.
저는 이거를 이번에 선택한 게
예, 예.
다른 복잡한 이유가 아니라 18에 18 제곱이 23살이 있는데
예.
이거 이 문제 의도가 지금 역수를 하면은 이렇게 거꾸로 이렇게 된다는 거를 저희가 재해석하고 그런 식으로 받아들여야 될 것 같아서 저는
역수라고 되게?
역수 맞잖아요.
근데 자릿수 문제 어떻게 구할 수 있어요?
그러니까 자릿수 구하는 건 로그인데 로그를 이제 취해서 이게 뭐
그렇죠.
지표가
지표와 맞수 개념이잖아요.
근데 그러니까 저거 23자리 정수인데 저거는 몇 제짜리여서 0이 아닌 숫자가 나오냐 이거는
예,
18에 마이너스 18 제곱이
예, 그렇죠.
18 제곱의 역수인 걸 좀 생각을 해야 될 것 같다고 저는.
역수인 걸 생각해야 된다.
네, 그래서 이렇게 해야 그러면 마이너스가 붙으니까 앞에
아무튼 제가 좀 더 궁금하면 나중에 다시 한번 여쭤보겠습니다. 제가 100% 이해는 못한 것 같아요. 그룹들이 이 주형 아까 있었어요. 이 시형 발표했었어요? 이 시형 발표했었어요? 그러면 1순위도 발표했었어요? 남윤묵? 발표 맞아요. 삼위 의견이 없네요. 윤목 학생 한번 더 발표하죠. 3이 없으니까 3이 다 발표했으니까 한 번 더 발표.
그냥
왜 이걸 3번을 했어요? 뭐가 모델링이라고 생각했어요?
일단 아까 다른 분 말씀하신 것처럼
네.
수 관계가 역수 관계인데 이게 만약에 로그 단원의 문제라고 생각을 못하는 학생이 있으면은 그런 학생이 풀려고 할 때 역수 관계인 걸 주목을 해가지고 다른 좀 더 간단한 수 가지고 이렇게 계산을 이렇게 해보면서 좀 관계 그러니까 릴레이션십을 찾으려고 할 것 같아요. 그래서 그런 걸 생각을 해가지고 관계에서 이렇게 좀 추론을 하려면 뭐 하지 않을까 싶어가지고 그런 게 러닝 프로세스.
Okay. Let me hear one more opinion in the category 3. I'm just curious. 경수 있구나. 경수야. 왜 3번을 선택했어요?
2번에서 말하는 멀티플 리프리젠테이션들에 대한 트랜슬레이션이랑
네.
세 번째에서 말한 매스메티컬 수학적 현상에 대한 모델링이랑 그 조금 차이가 제가 생각을 해봤을 때는 그 두 번째에서 말하는 다중표상에 대한 번역은 똑같은 어떻게 보면 뭐 사과가 있을 때 이걸 사과라고 하는 거랑 애플이라고 하는 거랑은 똑같은 개체에 대한 다양한 표현이잖아요.
예.
그렇게 개체를 두고 다양한 표현이 있을 수 있다가 초점이 된 게 2번이라고
그쵸.
하면
네.
세
번째 거는 사과를 먹는다라는 그 사과에서 일어나는 현상에 대해서 그 언어로 예측을 하고 그 표현함과 동시에 그 언어의 규칙에 맞게 예측을 하고 추론을 할 수 있어야 된다고 생각을 했거든요. 그러니까 두 번째 건 개체에 집중이 돼 있으면 세 번째 거는 그 대상에서 일어난 현상에 초점이 맞춰져 있다고 생각을 해서
예, 예.
이거 같은 경우에는 18의 18승은 이거다. 그거를 이제 로그라는 저기서 일어나는 현상을 로그라는 다른 표현을 이용해서 로그라는 규칙에 맞게 추론을 해내는 거라고 생각을 해서 이건 수학적 현상에 대한 모델링이다라고 생각을 해서 3번이라고 생각을 했습니다.
Anyway, that's very interesting point. Maybe next time I'm going to discuss more.